Throttle warning.
What's up? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to my RC Chop Shop. I'm a little excited. Today is Chop Shop day for this Tinyhawk Freestyle, and we're gonna add some things to it and try to make it overall better. Let's get to it. Here you can see they directly soldered the motors to the board. The sockets are left intact though. I'm thinking about removing these to save weight. Also, looking at these capacitors installed on the LED pads here, on the underside there's the DSMX 3.3 volt pad, but there's another 3.3 volt right here. Finding these little quads when they go down in grass is like finding a needle in a haystack. So we're going to be adding a buzzer to these little pads here. Moving to the bottom of the board, here we have the bind button. We have TX1, TX2, and RX2. And here, looking at the bottom, on the side opposite of that large capacitor, we can actually see where the DSMX pads are. So they're actually on the other side, the side opposite of that large capacitor on top. And so you can see here we have a 3.3 volt pad. If my cam would just focus, let's try to zoom in and get it closer. We have a RX2 there. So there's the 3.3 volt pad there. We have a 5 volt down there as well, a RX1, and that's the DSMX pad. There's a LED pad down there too. So I chopped off that power lead, and I'm going to get this XT30 on here. We're going to solder these up first. So now I'm going to get this XT30 soldered up. I'm going to speed this part up so this video isn't too long. And I'm just going to solder these on to the correct polarity. Flat is positive. So there we go. Got an XT30 on this thing. So here I'm going to add a buzzer. I'm going to use this smaller one. I was going to use a larger, louder one, but it didn't seem to fit. It didn't get past the props. So we're going to use this one. I'm going to solder it up now. Here I use some tweezers that I have to hold this buzzer still to solder it onto the board. Remember, the longer side is the positive, and usually it's marked on top as well. Time to test the buzzer. So me personally, I prefer bottom slung batteries. So what I'm going to do to the strap is I'm going to line up the strap with these 2 screw holes on the bottom, and I'm just going to mark them. I'm going to mark the strap with holes right where the screws are, so that way I can take this and use my Dremel to drill holes in it, and then I can slip this strap right over those standoffs on the other side and have this thing hold the strap on the bottom so I can use bottom slung batteries. So we're all done finally. Check it out. We got the buzzer right here installed. We have the XT30 on. We have the battery strap mod. Everything is done. It's ready to go. So let's go check it out. Alright y'all, so we out here with it. About to try to catch a quick flight with it before it gets dark. Maybe not the best time to be flying this thing because it's drizzling out here. But I'm really anxious to see how this thing flies with this 300 milliamp hour GMB. And so we got the XT30 on and all, the buzzer. Let's get it in the air. Okay, so let's take it up. Feels a lot lighter with this little 300 milliamp hour pack on here. And it definitely needs some tuning. I know you guys hear that. Man, I don't have my monitor out here to tune it either. But for the most part, it is flying though. Not the best tune, but hopefully you guys can see it. It's getting pretty dark out here. Yeah, it's acting a little funky because of this lightweight pack. You know, I guess it needs to be tuned to fly with this. Let's try a little punch out anyway though. Let's look at another one. So I'm curious as to how long this thing will fly with this small 300 milliamp hour pack. But I imagine some of the efficiency is taken away with it not being tuned correctly. So it's probably going to fly a little longer if I had it tuned nicer. I'm just happy it's even flying though. Just taking it easy with it. A few punch outs here and there, a few power loops. I know you guys probably can't even see it. Let me try to keep it up in the air. Maybe you can see it against the blue sky a little better. With some low flips. The rain is starting to come down now. I think I'm getting nervous about flying it now with the rain coming down as it is. I think I might pack it in, guys. The rain is thwarting my little test flight for flight time here. But at least we know the thing works. And the buzzer is working. Let's test the buzzer. Here we go. I went with the smaller buzzer. Okay, there we go. The buzzer there. So that's it. That's all the flight time we get with this little GMB 300 milliamp hour 2S pack. Trying to unplug it to get this noise out of our ears. Yeah, so that's it. A ChopShop of the Emax Tinyhawk Freestyle. Added a buzzer. We put the battery strap on the bottom so we can sling the battery down the bottom. And what else did we do to this thing? We added an XT30. So pretty awesome little mods, if you ask me. I like it the way it is. I might do a little something else with it though. We might have a second chop shop with this thing, because I think I might add a DSMX receiver, a satellite receiver for longer range, a full range receiver. And I'm thinking about adding the little Emax Nano, it's called, the world's smallest coaxial polarized antenna. And so that's all we got for today, guys. Thanks for watching.